Good morning, y'all. Welcome back to the Sorry Shoe podcast. Hope everybody's starting their morning the right way. Happy Saturday. Shout out to the members already jumping into the chat. I got Bearded Brick here. I got Sean 0999 with me. I appreciate y'all, man. Listen, buckle up, people. We got a lot to go over into today's stream. We're going to talk about Big U, some of the biggest news in our culture and hip hop, and especially in the LA Cali side of the world, and even gang culture, right? Big news. We all know who Big U is, and there's continuing things that are rolling out and being revealed to the public behind his recent Rico arrest. We're going to talk about Bricc Baby and the accusations that Whack 100 continues to put on him, says that he's a snitch, he's working. We hear about Tsu Surf. Is he possibly serving his time right now involved in his Rolling 60s related Rico that he's already been indicted for and convicted for? Is Big U related to that in any way? What else do we got? We got a quick video to pull up about uh, Mo 3 and Yella Beezy. I got some Kanye stuff. What's a stream without Kanye these days? Right? I'm glad I don't got to convince y'all about Kanye anymore. The whole world should be convinced about who he is at this point. But we're gonna talk about it. What else do I got going on? I got a rest in peace tribute that we got to do. We'll get to that as well. And I got some Diddy stuff. All right. So we got a long stream, a lot going on. Like I said, buckle up, people, and let's get working. Let's get moving. Once again, real quick, I want to continue to give one more shout out to some more members I see then jumped into the building. Good morning, love. I see you. We got a shout out here of Ethan Johnson, a member for 18 months. You are a member OG. Was good. I see you. Miss Carmen, our member, is in the building. I see DMV doll. She's family over here. She's in the building. Everybody's ready to go. We ready to go. We got a lot to do today. Twiz, that's the homie, man. Somebody gift my man Twiz a membership, man, just so I can make sure I see him easily in the chat with the symbol. I got Chi-Town low end members in the building. DMV Sax TV, our members in the building. Members is in here. Where's my mods at? I need mods for this. Well, Sean's a mod. AK's a mod. AK's in here. Okay, all right. We can start working. What's up, AK? All right, like I said, we got a long stream, so let's get to it. Let's start here. Let's get into Whack 100 continuing to claim that Bricc Baby and Big U are working. They informants, they snitches. All right. I'll get to Big U second. Let's start with the accusations that are going in the direction of Bricc Baby. So, how did this even start? Mind you, Whack 100 has been pretty much calling Bricc Baby an informant, or that he's working or he's snitching, for almost a year at this point, right? Between Clubhouse and the 100 show and all that type of stuff that he does. He's been calling them that for a while. And they say you don't call somebody a snitch unless you got paperwork. And technically, Bricc Baby should have been on Whack 100's heels about that in a very, very serious way. But we can see that they've spoken about it. It's already exposed. Bricc Baby and Whack 100, they kind of got like this agreed soap opera content thing that they're doing over there in relation to the No Jumper podcast, which is why nobody between them two guys has tried to hurt each other, it seems, right? But still, you're still running a man's name in the mud, calling him a snitch. It's related to a previous arrest that happened with Bricc Baby about an AK-47. Cops ran up in his crib. And now when you talk about an AK-47 in California, let alone it's supposed to be a big no-no, right? California got all these different types of laws that are damn near mirrored to like New York. Now I think New York is like the worst, but in Cali, like I think a couple years ago, y'all went through something that even reduced your magazine capacity, right? Like you couldn't even have like over 10 bullet magazines and stuff like that. And, it's a lot that y'all deal with as far as gun laws. But an AK from somebody like Whack 100 says, why isn't he in jail? Right? Why was this dismissed? And Bricc Baby has already went on multiple times to try to, clean it up, saying that the case wasn't pursued. And it's been back and forth about that ever since then. Okay. This is what Whack 100 put up the other day, because people are now starting to get their hands on that sealed indictment regarding Bricc Baby's gun case. Okay. So if we look at what Whack 100 posted, this is from, it was filed 2/26/25. Okay, cool. But this goes back to October 2024, grand jury. Okay. You see Zaire Mitchell, who he said his own name publicly on the podcast plenty of times. Bricc Baby, aka Big Shitty, all his aliases. All right, count one. On or about July 12th, 2022, in Los Angeles, within the Central District of California. Damn, it's so small on my screen. Defendant Zaire Mitchell, also known as AKA Bricc Baby, AKA Big Shitty, AKA yada, 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 knowingly possessed ammunition, namely 3 rounds of Spear 9mm Luger caliber ammunition, which was expelled from a firearm that he possessed. So they're not only saying that he had the guns expelled, they're saying he was shooting the shit. That's a different story. Why, and where, and how. I heard something about like a shooting in a parking lot. I'm not seeing that in any of the paperwork that's been posted yet. Um, this page right here that they posted pretty much just goes down all the ammo and all the guns that they found in his cribs. They got some 380 caliber, you got some 9mm caliber, you got some 5.56. What do you got here? Cartridges, 30 round, approximately a 30 round clip here, 5.56. So all that stuff definitely can get you in trouble. One, if you're a felon, you're not supposed to possess firearms. Two, if you possess them illegally, even if you're not a felon, like if you're not licensed or if you're in a state where you're not even supposed to have certain type of guns, like you get in trouble for switches. You could be legal, but you got a switch on it. It's different. You could be legal, but your serial is scratched. It's different. You could be legal, but you got a magazine that extends longer than that state allows. It's different. You know what I'm saying? So all these different laws, but Bricc being who Bricc is, he's got an extensive rap sheet. He's got 20 mug shots out there already. I want to assume that he shouldn't have this shit in his fucking crib. Okay. And then the last post that Whack 100 puts up is the AK-47, right? And I guess what he's trying to allege there is how much trouble you can get in for that type of firearm in Cali. Look at the caption. I told y'all 18 months ago, Bricc Baby caught a Fed AK-47 case, June 23, 2023. He denied it every time. So, yeah. Bricc definitely has gone on to deny that he's an informant. I did hear him and Whack argue, I think, with academics playing mediator, that he did get arrested, but they didn't pursue it. Okay. So, people, this is the Sorry True podcast. And what Whack 100 posted right there doesn't say anything about telling or snitching. We got to follow the code there, people. Okay. Now I get it. What Whack 100 does a lot is he tries to put two and two together. The exposers, the Whack 100 show. What he's trying to do, obviously, is saying, dude, you are who you are. You got grabbed with this shit, yet you walking around outside with me. I get it. There's a lot of things, especially if you're looking at street niggas, and you are a street nigga, are supposed to fucking scratch your spider sense and say, wait a minute, wait, something looks weird there. That's where, if you care, or if it's close to home, or if you're really, really worried about the person, you start to do your homework. You go figure out some paperwork, you go ask some questions, walk down to the fucking courthouse if you feel like it, right? But the shit that he's fucking posting to me is alongside the same fucking soap opera that Whack 100 and Bricc Baby has been doing, okay? What you posted doesn't show that he's a fucking informant. I'm sorry. It's black and white what you posted, sir. Now, people, help me find the rest of this fucking paperwork. We will read it here. You know me. I'll read 100 plus pages with y'all. But what's out and what I see and what Whack 100 is presenting is not saying that he snitched. I'm sorry. Black and white. Follow the code. Whack, once again, is breaking his own fucking street codes, if you ask me. If you wanted to prove that he was a snitch and you were going to post something, post the shit that shows me you cooperated. You gave this statement. This is what you said. That's what we need. Okay? So it's crazy because Whack kind of got a little jump in his credibility this week. Right? Because he's like, yo, I told you Big U was gonna get in trouble, and I told you something was gonna happen with Bricc. You threw a little bit of spaghetti on the wall, and some of it stuck, and some of it you hit close. You threw a grenade and it blew up in the proximity. There's a lot of things he says you gotta take with a grain of salt, but because he's able to do a little bit of the I told you so, doesn't mean that now we just got to look at your shit for black and white. Dude, you posted gray. Okay. So that's the Bricc Baby thing to me. Until I see more, let's stop calling Bricc Baby a snitch, people. Okay, I'm not here to defend the man. I don't know him. I don't care too much for him, but it's just not right to do. All right, it's just not correct to do. So here's the thing now. Bricc Baby gets grabbed up, right? What movie was that? Y'all know I love my movie references. I don't need this shit right here anymore. Let me take that down. What movie reference was it? Where dude got arrested because they was playing along. Well, they did it in Face Off too, right? They did it in Face Off. They put a cop in the jail to figure shit out, right? Face Off is a classic movie. Is that John Woo? Yeah, Face Off is a classic. But yeah, there's depictions of that where, you know, if you want to act like the person is really getting in trouble with everybody else, so you arrest them with everybody else, but that's just a cover up because he's actually working. They kind of did that in is it Street Kings that got Keanu Reeves, where they really was looking for information and he arrested the game and he put him in the jail to go get some information for him, and then game closed like, all right, this is the information you need. Now come get me out of this bitch, right? They show that depiction a lot. Art imitates life, people. This is why I reference movies so y'all get what I'm talking about. The visualizations is out there. It really, really happens in the real world. That could be, you know, a possibility, right? But it's still something that we would need proof of. Somebody could say Big U has been informing and telling, and Bricc Baby, he's only getting arrested and swept up in all of this because he's really working and it's really just a masking. Possible. I need proof though, okay? Now, let's move on to Tsu Surf. All right. Now, shout out to Tsu Surf. We know Tsu Surf definitely from the battle rap space, and Tsu Surf's name has eclipsed battle rap. He's known in the industry level as well. Okay, Tsu Surf is known by a lot of celebrities, a lot of big figures. He's currently serving his time. He pled out to his situation, and his expectation is to be home this year, I believe. So shout out to Tsu Surf. So in the midst of all this Big U stuff, that storyline has come up again. It came up about a month or so ago, right? Big U and Tsu Surf. Is Big U and Tsu Surf's paperwork or whatever? Matter of fact, let's do a quick refresher of when it started to come back up like a month ago. Okay, let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at it. Why listen to me when you could listen?
And all the New Jersey Rollin 60s, when they start to realize that the people they looked up to that been turning their ass in, I think it's gonna get to a point where niggas just like go another way.
Say it again, Wack. Let us say it again for the people in the crowd.
No, that's a fact, nigga. I'll pin the paperwork and hold on. No, I got the work.
Oh shit!
Yeah, this bad work right here. This ugly as a motherfucker. Yeah, it's in the morning show chat. Reading week, this all through. They named this nigga as a leader of the motherfucking criminal enterprise. This distribution of firearms and drugs these is New Jersey Crip from LA to whoop to whoop to whoop to whoop. They named this nigga. This guy see the day in court. Everybody else in the feds.
Damn,
nigga, this shit bad work. It ain't new. Same case Tsu Surf was on and all the New Jersey Rollin 60s. Yeah, listen. The investigation has revealed that Henley likely uses an Instagram account associated with the ID Big U, Target 4. Henley has been identified as a senior member of the enterprise. Right? Listen, bro. In early March 21, Henley visited Crescent Lane and was met with great enthusiasm by enterprise members and associates demonstrated by the post it made by Green below. Henley has been identified as an individual in the center of the photography wearing a Crenshaw sweatshirt and a blue hat. All right. In the associated caption, Phillips referred to Henley as the honcho, adding a shout out to the gang. And then they break it down. They tell you what it is. Where is shit at? This shit is crazy. That's why I tell y'all. Yeah, listen. The investigation, when I leave the West Coast, ain't no fraternizing with nothing. Here we go. The Rollin 60s is a national gang established in California with members in numerous states to include New Jersey. Since and around 2017, law enforcement have been investigating New Jersey base members associated as of the enterprise, including the subject targets listed above, in connection with narcotics trafficking activity, weapons possession, and violent crimes, include multiple shootings incidents occurring in or around New Jersey. During the course of investigation, I've learned that the members and associates of the Rollin 60s operate in and around Crescent Lane Housing Complex in Irving, New Jersey, Crescent Lane, as well as along South Orange Avenue between Smith Street and Salem Street, right? And then you come over here and they say, Target, when I leave the West Coast, ain't no fraternizing with nothing. 3, Instagram ID Big U, believed to be used for Eugene Henley, aka Big U, right? Now here go the thing. Here goes the thing. I got a few street niggas on the flow, right?
You already know.
It's 2025. It's 2025, right? You know you named in this federal indictment as the kingpin, and everybody that went to jail. 90 pages of it. It's in the chat. And you still using your same phone number, your same Instagram page, nigga?
Stupid.
You better wake up. No, ain't no stupid. That's by design.
He working.
But the first thing a nigga gonna do, his name is in this paperwork 30, 40 times, identifying him as the head of the enterprise.
Y'all got all of that? That's Whack 100 reading paperwork. I got the work. Concentrate even at the end, right? Where he was just like, a lot of this stuff he's doing from the same Instagram. Why would he do that? Because this one person said it's because it's stupid. Said, no. It's because he wants to keep the connection to the people that he's tapped in with, i.e. that he would allegedly be working. So he's conducting all this business knowingly that the feds already tapped into his shit, right? Now, logically, once again, would tweak your spider sense. If I know that they up on social media, whatever, and I continue to conduct any type of foul business with this same social media, yeah, options could be stupid, or you know and you don't care, or you know and you care for a certain reason, right? That's spaghetti on the wall. Once again, I'm not, every time I use the term spaghetti on the wall, it doesn't mean that it has no legs at all, right? It logically makes sense. But what you're reading, once again, just like in the Bricc Baby shit, nothing that 100% says, or even 80% says, Big U told on Tsu Surf, or he implicated Tsu Surf. Now, the association between Tsu Surf, just like all the other Rolling 60s that have been arrested alongside with Luce Cannon, Bricc Baby, and Big U, the associations are already public. The associations are already known, whether it comes in the form of tattoos, whether it comes in the form of music, whether it comes in the form of your chain, whether it comes in the form of your hat that you always present in, right? Because once again, these gang units and these detectives are not stupid. They know what that S is supposed to represent, right? Or you could just flat out tell people, right? And it's bugged out that Wack just said in that paperwork, the investigation started to investigate New Jersey Rolling 60s in 2017. Well, it's 2025 now. So 2025, 17, that's 8 years ago. Ironically, Surf said this. Ironically, this is not saying that Surf has anything to do like he's the reason why, nothing. But ironically, 9 years ago, this is what Surf said in the midst of an argument online, right? Y'all remember this?
For one, first of all, when you want to, y'all got to make up your mind. Because first you said it's not about battle. You on the phone and say, all right, in battle rap, Danny Myers doesn't fucking count. He's upset. You don't count, Danny. I'm sorry if you want to keep it battle rap. If you want to go street, yes, I am more important. I am more important in LA than you are. I'm sorry. What do you want to talk about the streets? I hang in LA. You better check the gram. You better do you know who Big U is? Do you know who Big Draws is in California? He calls me his son. I am very accepted in LA. Nobody cannot say I can't come to LA.
Now, just some background context of that old 9-year-old argument. That was between Tsu Surf and Danny Myers, two battle rappers. And they got into it because there was allegations of Tsu Surf ghostwriting, right? It spawned from the battle rapper Adi Boom, right? Adi Boom started to walk around within battle rap circles telling people that he either helped, gave Tsu Surf bars, they've been over each other's cribs and all this type of stuff. Um, I think that one of the reasons, if I remember correctly, why people like Danny Myers went so tough at it is because text messages started going around, allegedly from Adi Boom. Actually, if my memory continues to serve me correctly, I think that's kind of the root of how Math Hoffa and Tsu Surf first started having issues. Everybody knows Math Hoffa and Tsu Surf. They've always had this little back and forth thing over the years. They bump into each other. They pull up on each other at interviews. Math runs down on him while he's doing commentary on Caffeine. Remember when he pulled up on Tsu Surf's interview in Bayonne, New Jersey on 15 Minutes of Fame? They got this little thing, right? But I believe, if I remember the story, Math Hoffa was at an event. Adi Boom was at an event. Adi Boom shows Math Hoffa some text messages. Now, allegedly, what was in those text messages was a conversation between Boom and Surf, right? Math was another person that was like, messing with Surf a little bit about the ghostwriting allegations. Danny Myers, as in that interview that we just played, he was on Surf's heels about it. They started to argue. Things got, intense. And that's where street shit started to come. And that's how the argument even got to, oh, I could go to LA. You won't be comfortable. Hey, you can't come to LA. I know Biggie. That's the context of that, right? But sticking on the Tsu Surf thing, right? I even pulled Tsu Surf's paperwork, right? And I'm just going to show y'all, that I definitely saw it with my own eyes. And I'm not even going to read it, right? As you see here, this was in the District of New Jersey, okay? And all these people as defendants, and you get down to Tsu Surf here. He was one of the defendants. Now, I don't really cover and do paperwork and all that type of stuff within battle rap, okay? So, I consider the battle rap league owners and battle rappers and bloggers and podcasters, I consider them more my peers. These industry motherfuckers, I never want to meet them. I never made no money with them. I never shook hands with them. I never talked to them. Like, I respect Tsu Surf. That's like a fun rival of mine. You know what I'm saying? Every time we see each other, it's laughs, it's jokes, it's handshakes. We show each other all of our fucking teeth. You know what I'm saying? So free to wave, free Tsu Surf. I only pulled that up to show y'all that I, with my own eyes, read through his paperwork this morning. Okay. I pulled it up. I went and pulled it because of all of this shit. And once again, this is all to close out the WAC 100 stuff. Okay. To close that out, as I read through that paperwork, I didn't see anything that said that Big U did something dirty towards Tsu Surf. Okay. So that's 2 for 2 there. I haven't been presented from what WAC 100 is saying in interviews, the paperwork that he's reading on his fucking Clubhouse platform, or the shit that he posted on his gram. Nothing has said that Big U directly told on Bricc Baby, or nothing in the paperwork that I've seen or the shit that I've come across says that Big U is the reason directly on some dirty shit why Tsu Surf is in jail. Now, you could say that they're in jail because you're the leader up here, and this whole Rollin 60s thing is got all these legs, and they started investigating it in 2017, even the Jersey sector, like Wack just said. You can say that, but then Wack comes with the conspiracy theories alongside of that. Wait a minute, that's an AK. Why are you walking around? Wait a minute, you the leader. They know you the leader, so how come you outside and Tsu Surf is in jail? Well, now let me start to close out that point. From what it looks like right now, unless it's the face off or it's fucking Street Kings scene where they put Big U in there as a front and they're going to get him back out some way to continue working, right? I think that's a little bit more far-fetched. When I looked at him turn himself in, it could be all a play, right? I don't put nothing past nobody. We can go super conspiracy theory if we want, right? But based on the paperwork, looks like the man's got a world of shit in front of him that he's about to deal with, which is why everybody's calling him the boogeyman right now. Everybody's talking about these accounts of how he extorted them, fucked them over, hurt this person, allegedly was involved with this shooting, did this person grimy, stole from this person, extorted that person. All of that is coming out, not just in the paperwork, but people are stepping up now, right? It doesn't look like Big U is about to go to trial, and then we're just going to say, wow, you got the sweetest deal ever. It looks like he's in a lot of trouble. Okay. So I close that with saying the reason why Bricc is still out after that AK. My opinion, now back for Whack 100, since I don't have any proof of the stuff that he's saying, and why Big U is out. Meanwhile, people like Tsu Surf and all these other 60s that were arrested even during that sweep were in jail, is because he's the top dog, and they left him out there with a string. It was like this with Big U. It looks like he's the big guy. The most people that you're going to be able to grab, the most information that you're going to be able to get, the biggest impact on the Rollin 60s, the allegedly the most shot calling and the most disruptive, and the person that all the money is running through, and the decisions and the shot calling and the hits are being sent by allegedly, is not from these Rollin 60s down here. It's from the top guy. Once again, you don't just, when you get all your shit together, when you come for Gotti, all your shit together. And as we keep seeing, that shit can take years. The spooky thing for people in positions of power that are involved in criminal activity, the spooky thing is you're walking around thinking that shit is sweet, thinking that shit is cool, thinking that you started to migrate towards these youth programs, and that, you know, maybe you're doing youth football, and you're helping build the community, or you invested in a school. And those are all beautiful things, right? But the spooky thing is you got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years of you doing this type of stuff, and you think that there's nothing going on, and they've been on you since 2017. That's what's spooky. So all y'all that think that you got away with your murder and all that type of shit, and they say that second shooter that we brought up as it relates to Yella Beezy, and we'll get to them later on, is allegedly telling on him now. But I know Yella Beezy has been walking around the whole time like, I ain't got nothing to do with nothing. As a matter of fact, the rumor is that the shooters, it's all related to over a woman. So I'm good. Fast forward 2-3 years later, knock. So I think, really, in my opinion, until I see black and white, which is what you street niggas is supposed to be doing anyway, until I see black and white, until I get proof, it looks like Big U and Bricc Baby was left out there because they was just wheel them in a little bit. For whatever reason, now's the time. Could have been 1 year, 2 year, 3 year. Now's the time. And now they probably feel like they got so much shit that when I do grab your ass, you're definitely not getting out of here. You know what I'm saying? That's what it looks like to me. Okay. Staying with the new boogeyman of Cali, as people are now starting to believe, right? Big U, it's not Kendrick, right? It's not Kendrick, people. It's Big U, allegedly, right? And they start to bring about all this type of stuff. This is what happens.
Production in the hood. That's how we do it, young man.
Top flight, baby. Yeah.
GB running this here movie set in the hood.
Come on out here.
Coming out here and checking in with GB, getting these movies done. You better know it. Anytime you want to do movies in the hood, just check it in. We can make sure it's done. Movies, videos. But if you don't check it in,
Oh well. Check your ass out.
we're gonna check you in, all right. We're gonna check it, all of your equipment. We're gonna check it out. Movie production in the hood.
If I'm the prosecutor, how you want me to interpret that? You're gonna skate around that, right? If you don't check in, we're gonna check in all your you're out here shooting a movie. You don't check in all them red cameras and microphones and all that expensive production equipment. We pulling up, we taking all, we robbing the whole scene. Like, check. I can't play ignorant to what he's saying in some of these things, right? The extortion and victim one from that paperwork. Remember, people, when we read that fucking 100+ pages of his paperwork, victim one was so fucking prominent throughout it. Victim one, I believe, is, if I remember correctly, the owner of that weed dispensary. And he got his claws attached to him, and it was constant, need 20. No, not 20, I need 30. And they sent people to the breakup because he didn't make his payment. So like the paperwork read like some super extortion mafia mob boss type shit, right? Brought him to his house so he could confront them. Hey, you see what we just did in your store, nigga? Like, this shit was so wild, the way we read that paperwork. And then you have these social media posts where you're just like, yeah, we on this movie set. You know, if you don't check in, I mean, yeah, we coming to take, you know, fuck, you gonna, you know, and it's just like, then I guess you want your lawyers to sit up there and say, extortion, we don't even know what that is, nigga. How, you know, and as quiet as I shouldn't, maybe I'm out the loop because I was about to say he seems more reserved and more quiet, Big U, but maybe it's just I haven't been catching everything or watching everything over the years. He's got a lot of shit out there on social media that they're using. Documentaries, docuseries, Instagram posts, to all types of shit. Interview, a lot of shit that he's incriminated himself with. And they're gonna use against him, whether it's beatable or not. And speaking of the boogeyman, let's keep going because when I say boogeyman in the thumbnail, people, what happens is allegedly, if you have such a stronghold on an area and you invoke so much fear in people, there's people walking around, they can't wait to see you fall because maybe they're scared of you. Maybe you put your hand in their pocket. Maybe you extorted them. Maybe you extorted a sister, a mother, a brother, a niece, a nephew. The stories just move around the city, the state for years and years. And people know he did this to this person. He did that to that person. And these people, a lot of them, just got to sit in these corners because I don't got nowhere else to go. This is where I live. Fuck around and I talk, or I go to the cops. Me and my whole family could be in danger behind that. But now that he's arrested, now that he's in custody, you got people coming out with their stories. Look at this.
A lot of serious charges right now. I mean, you've spoken out about him in the past. I mean, do you think there's any truth to these allegations?
All the allegations are true, yeah.
I mean, why do you say so?
Because I was a victim, and things that he has done to me. He's a monster, and everything that he's getting right now, he definitely deserves it.
Can you share what happened between you two?
Well, you know, he jumped on me. He lured me over to Nipsey Hussle's shop. He jumped on me while I was pregnant, beat me up, made me go to another part of the neighborhood. I got jumped by 3 girls. I still have a scar on my back from that incident. He lied on me. He extorted me. He threatened people not to work with me. I mean, he did a lot. He did a whole lot. And it wasn't just a singular thing he did. He did this throughout the years with me, with events, with people, with situations. He's just a monster. He's a bully, and he deserves to be in jail. He should have been in jail a long time ago.
I know one of the allegations against him is murder. I mean, you think that one's true then?
I don't understand why the family would lie. The family reached out to me, and I did speak with the family, and it's a sad situation because we're talking about a child. This was a child. Big U is a 60-year-old grown man. And you have 2 different type of people in this world. You have people that are screaming free a 60-year-old gangbanger, and then you have people that want justice for an innocent child. And you need to figure out what type of person you are. I know the allegations are true, you know, but they say you're innocent until proven guilty, but in my opinion, he's guilty of everything. People can look at my interviews from years ago when I was speaking out about this, when I went on Tasha K.
Oh, she did talk.
Black 100 spoke about it. They just spoke about it on No Jumper. I've been speaking about this for years. And as a woman, you know, you should never let a man think it's okay to put their hands on you. A person should never want to extort you or harm you just because they feel like it. That is crazy to me, you know. And for me, it makes me feel good that my story helped other people tell their stories. That's what I'm most happy about.
You know, would him, you know, going to jail help you, you know, sleep easier at night? Do you feel like the LA streets are safer now?
Well, as far as me, I'm going to be safe regardless, if you know what I mean.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to be safe regardless because I'm not playing. I'm going to protect myself. But I definitely feel like a lot of people, they're happy. I've had a lot of people reach out to me, and they're like, we are so happy that he went to jail. I mean, this morning someone reached out to me and told me that he was extorting the food vendors. And I'm like, what? They were like, yes, he was extorting the food vendors at Crenshaw High. And I'm like, God damn, like he just extorted the whole city. So yeah, I think a lot of people are happy.
I know. There's talk about Big U that he was involved in Nipsey Hussle's death. I mean, have you seen any proof that would confirm that?
For me being over and growing up in that area, I'm going to tell you guys this. He definitely has something to do with that. Wow. And justice for Nipsey. And I know that justice is coming for Nipsey. And I think people are going to be shocked once they see everything that really happened and how he played a part in it. So yeah, you guys are going to start seeing stuff soon in regards to the part that he had to play in the demise of Nipsey. And he was very jealous of Nipsey.
Oh, y'all still with me, right? We still got more than maybe half a stream to go. Y'all still with me? Oh man. 3 early predictions. Prediction number 1, I've said it before already on stream. In some form, Kendrick Lamar comes into Drake's lawsuit, whether he's subpoenaed or whether he gets sued. 50-50 chance is my prediction. 50-50. Prediction number 2, 50-50 chance your boy Diddy is found innocent and he gets off. Prediction number 3, 50-50. Big U legally, at a legal level, gets accused of Nipsey's murder. Luce Cannon's interview is being used in the indictment and being used in this situation. Luce Cannon, he's got some stuff on the internet where people's like, oh, that's a cold-blooded lie, right? So he's another guy. I don't listen to everything that he says or every story with, oh, that's 100% truth. He's never lied to the public before. He's got some stuff that has been questioned by the internet before, right? I'm not saying that story that he told with Nipsey is true, but there's been so much talk around Nipsey and Big U. There's been publicly documented videos of contradictions that Big U has said around Nipsey's name and the passing of Nipsey. There's that viral video that looked like, I don't want to take it out of context, but it looks like, somebody put on his live a comment of, justice for Nip, and he laughed. Justice for Nip, like that video's always been there, right? They say he didn't show up to the funeral, right? And this is going to lead me into Black Sam. So Black Sam, he seems to be a guy that knows a lot, doesn't say a lot. What's the interview that he finally did where there was like small implications and he kind of expressed like around, the DJ Khaled situation. He just seems like he was being so reserved. Like there's so much more he could say. I think he's just following code, Black Sam, right? And even if he doesn't know, he's probably hearing 10 times much more conspiracy-related tie-ins that we are hearing as Nip's brother. And it could be another reason why they continue to have the type of friction that they have. But let's pull it up real quick. It's scary, man. I'm telling you, 50-50 prediction that Nipsey's name comes up in the midst of all this Big U stuff now that he's in custody.
With Black Sam disapproving of the way Big U has handled things pertaining to Nip, and with Big U being pretty vocal of his dislike for Black Sam.
And then I'm gonna keep it 100. Me and his brother wasn't cool. Me and his brother weren't the best of friends. You gotta understand, like I'm gonna have friends that my mama ain't gonna like. I'm gonna have friends that my brother's not gonna like. You gonna have people that your people don't like. You know what I'm saying?
Since he's been out of prison, Big U has gained a rep for allegedly strong-arm extorting any rapper or artist that comes in the 6-0 territory. Anyone with the big name needs to pay a tax and go through Big U to be granted entry access and the ability to be in the 60s without risk of being harmed. In early 2019, DJ Khaled, Nipsey, and John Legend teamed up for the single Higher. Initially, Nipsey had brought DJ Khaled to the 60s for the visuals of the song. When Big U got word of this, he allegedly sent a gang of 6-0 members to the video shoot to press the issue. Nipsey frontlined, but the overwhelming pressure resulted in him moving the video shoot to the top of a parking structure in Inglewood. Nipsey also had to beef up security, as he was receiving death threats, allegedly from the Inglewood families, the dominant blood gang in the city. After Nipsey was killed a few days later, rumors began to fly that Big U had allegedly orchestrated the murder. with many people pointing out their past issues, as well as Big U not attending Nipsey's funeral. Fans were also thrown off when a screen-recorded clip of Big U's live began circulating the internet.
Justice for them.
A young boy would have been there like, yeah,
You did. You did.
Eric Holder, a previous hot-headed unknown shooter from the 6-0s, as well as a former friend of Nipsey's first baby mother, was charged and eventually convicted for Nipsey's murder. In a recent interview with Big Boy, Black Sam alluded to the possibility that Eric Holder was sent by someone, which has again sparked up a whirlwind of theories, saying that Big U was allegedly involved. But Black Sam and Big U seem to have never liked each other, with Black Sam disapproving of the way Big U is handled.
So with all the talk of how Big U was extorting the city and all the stuff, it's in his indictment, right? It becomes that much more believable over the DJ Khaled situation and the video, right? It becomes that much more believable. Scary stuff, man. And the boogeyman, I think there's going to be a lot of talk that continues to surface. People are going to continue to come forward. He did this, he did that. When it comes to what he's being charged with, I'm not going to be the guy to sit here and say, oh, hey, guilty, not guilty. We're going to watch it play out. We're going to follow it. But the internet is putting and revealing and reminding us of a lot of shit, man. And sometimes you want to ask yourself, like, if that was all that shit is true, like, how do you just get from under that? Like, you got to move or you got to kill him. Like, if it's that level of extortion and stuff going on, that's the only way, right? That's the only fucking way. Like it's tough, man. You gotta pray for some of these victims that just feel powerless and they might feel trapped in scenarios like that, right? It comes from mafia ways, right? It was one of their main ways of producing and financing themselves and financing their movement, which was extortion, right? Your local business, your local restaurant, extortion. And our communities, the Black communities, the hip hop communities, they have absolutely gravitated towards the mafia ways, right? They reveal and revel and uphold their ways, their practices, even though a lot of them didn't even fuck with Black people, right? So it's so ironic how much Black people love the mafia. We want to be just like y'all. And they're like, they was calling us niggas and shit. They didn't want to even do business with Black people, right? What was fucking was it Frank Lucas, right? He was like one of the first accepted damn near into the mafia, like whatever. Anyway, but yeah, there you have it. You know, the extortion thing is nothing new in our world, right? You go back to the days of Godfather. Okay, there's another movie reference for y'all. All right, let's move along. This one's gonna be brief when it comes to Yella, Beezy, and Mo3. Right. So we did a stream on it already. This caught my eye. This is what I believe is a local from Dallas just speaking overall on this situation, and the way he just comes off speaking about this shit. TikTok explains beef between Dallas rappers Yella, Beezy, and Mo3. Let's check this out.
Y'all been knew the situation between Yella, Beezy, and Mo3. Mo3 got on the track and bragged about Yella, Beezy multiple times. Bragged about Trap Boy Freddie Homeboys multiple times. So I understand his mom and friends want justice for him, but let's call a spade a spade. These was two street beefing, amen. It all started when Yella Beezy got Roy Lee knocked off. Now why he did that, I don't know. Dude was a whole comedian, but allegedly Yella Beezy had enough of this man and got him. Mo3 was not having that because that was one of his best friends, one of his only friends in the music industry, one of his only friends in the city. So what did Mo3 do? Catch Yella Beezy at a strip club, chase him through every light imaginable, and shot the fuck out him on the highway. Yella Beezy, being way smarter than Mo3, came back and got Mo3 friend named Lil Bubba. The murder of Lil Bubba was publicized and shown all on TV because it was mafia style. So they knew then hits was being ordered in Dallas. After that, that put Mo3 back against the wall, and he had to show that he was out here guerrilla status. So he started stepping on shit, robbing shit, shooting shit, bragging about it. 3 was a whole villain. Trap Boy and Yella Beezy could not take it. So as a result, they commenced, allegedly, they commenced it. So we saying long live 3, and that's on me. But the truth of the matter is we have 2 young black superstars who was very successful, had children, supported their family and friends. They were great black men for the community, but they chose violence and threw it all away. This is Dallas County. I do not understand why Yella Beezy or Mo3 thought they could get away with this shit, but they about to learn real fast, because Mo3 gonna get charged from the grave for all that bragging on them bodies he was doing. Y'all gonna see he wasn't no good guy. Y'all been knew the situation between Yella Beezy and Mo3. Mo3 got.
So the first question that I had based on the chat. So Mikey says this guy, the most famous in Dallas today. Do you mean that the TikToker that we was just playing? And shout out to our member Kelly. You said, yeah, 3 was hell out here. So when you say out here, I assume that you're saying that that's where you're from. So you knew what was happening in your area. I'd never gathered from the stuff that I've seen online, the internet, the documentaries like Trap Lil Ross and shit years ago, all that type of shit, that Mo3 was allegedly that wild. Like he was just shooting, chasing people on the road and shooting people. And I shot this person, I shot that person, I killed. I mean, he's alleged that he did shit in his music, of course, right? But we know how we got to listen to music. You can't always say that, all right, he said in this song that he killed 100 people and that's what we got to believe. Some of these drill rappers is really rapping what they say, and some rappers definitely. But I never heard this, me personally, about Mo3. Like, yeah, this nigga was a menace. Like he was on some King Von type time. I never heard that before. So chat, if that's true about Mo3, as far as y'all know people from the area, this is what the chat is saying. I'm just reading on the chat. What is this? The TikToker gonna get all the attention he thought he wanted. Okay, I'm not sure what you mean by that, Mikey, but okay. D Bizzle said, yeah, he was outside for real. Okay. All right. I mean, Yella Beezy from, well, I think Mo3 kind of said that on that live, and we played that in that clip yesterday from the Trap Lil Ross shit, where he was talking to the promoters of the show. He was like, well, we don't want you to come because you're a gang member. He's like, well, isn't such and such a Crip? Or, you know, so he was, I mean, we get it, right? Once again, we're not stupid. We're not taking any of these code that these motherfuckers say on camera as if we don't know what he means. He means a hat, not a hit. Like, shut up. Shout out to the chat, man. You know, I definitely want to tune y'all in and bring y'all comments up here for everybody to see when it's, you know, pieces of the puzzle, if it's from your areas and y'all got more insight than I do, you know. All right. Let's keep it moving, man. Let's get to Kanye real quick. Stay with me though, because after Kanye, we still got Diddy. We got a memorial to do. We got we got a couple of things to talk about, but the Diddy one might be funny. The Diddy topic. All right, Kanye. Did y'all see this from Kanye? Supposedly some video that Iggy was addressing a conversation or Kanye's advances towards her. Somebody get your boy, man.
By the time it gets to the end, I don't really know what to say because there's been so much pornography in it. It's just kind of weird. Like, I just met this guy like 5 minutes ago and I'm supposed to be in a business meeting. So super weird. And I've been in a lot of label meetings at that time and they're all professional. So this was just weird to me. And I really looked up to Kanye, so it threw me off. I didn't know what to say. So I was like, oh, that's interesting to think that somebody that I really look up to like looks at my pictures every morning for inspiration. That's kind of cool. He was like, yeah, I jack off to them. Weird. Don't know what to say. Weird. He was like, but you've got a boyfriend, right? Okay, he didn't say it in that voice. I'm like, yes, I have a boyfriend.
Sound like Batman.
How big is his dick? Not kidding you. My face must have been like, the fuck? He's like, you don't got to tell me. You don't got to tell me. I know it's big. Bruh, why are you asking about other men's dicks? Weird of you. He was like, I know it is. You got to let your boyfriend fuck as many different girls as he can, because if you've got a big dick, then it's his God-given right to fuck as many women. By the time it gets to the end, I don't.
Allegedly, I believe that Kanye and Diddy is on some CUCK shit. I don't know if I could say that word. I'm not sure. I gotta check. That's my belief of them two guys. You know what I mean? It's damn near allegedly proven already in the tapes that they already watched, you know, with Cassie, right? And that's also in the like, so it's already proven, I believe, allegedly of that's Diddy shit. We're gonna tie that back into Diddy in a second. And I think Kanye's the same way. He's on some CUCK shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, your sexual preference, people, is your sexual preference. You know, I'm of the opinion, in my own belief, that you could be the freakiest, nastiest, most unconventional sexual person in the world, right? But it doesn't have to be worn on your sleeve. Well, which Friday was it? Was it the third one, right? His uncle, when he walked in to tell him about the bill or whatever, or the house note or whatever. And remember, you open the door, he's got the fucking the Pulp Fiction shit on his face. I'm referencing multiple movies at the same time. I'm really am sick when it comes to my movies. But he got the Pulp Fiction shit on. And remember, he walked into the room later on. He's like, "What the funk is on some freaky shit, right?" The world don't gotta know. Now, if I walk into your room and I see the shit on accident, then whatever. Yeah. Uncle Elroy. It was next Friday, right? I mean, of course, it's not the first one. Like, we know our Fridays, but yeah. And the third one was with Cat Williams, right? Yeah. I am a boy. Yeah, but think about it. Uncle Elroy cool though. He cool with me. You want to know why? He cool with Cuban and he cool with everybody. Want to know why? Because you're not walking around acting like that, making people uncomfortable. When you make people uncomfortable, that's when it's nasty. Like, you don't have to walk up on Iggy Azalea and present your CUCK type shit. What's your boyfriend like? I bet he does. Like, that's weird. That's nasty to me. Like, if that's what you want in the privacy of your own crib, not a problem. And then when you walk your ass out in public, just be regular. Be respectful and socially responsible to the point that everybody's not a fucking CUCK. It's the same way that people that are uncomfortable with homosexuals, that's one thing that they present, right? Me personally, I don't have no issues with your sexuality choice. I think people get comfortable when you force it on somebody, right? So if I'm a heterosexual male and you are forcing your sexuality on me in ways that make me uncomfortable. Like, how about you be homosexual, I'll be heterosexual. We happen to be in the same room, and we can have a conversation, and we're having just a normal we're just being regular. But you don't have to force your shit on me on some old fucking asking me questions that make me feel weird. And I won't do that to you. It can go both directions with the way you make somebody feel uncomfortable. That's the thing that I feel like Kanye does, which brings it out of his private home, which isn't a problem while it's there, but into the public and in other people's faces, to the point where you can offend Iggy Azalea just like, "Oh, so what's your boyfriend like? I'm sure he's like what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, ew, nigga." And you just want to force your CUCK ways on people when you do that. Whether he realizes he's doing it or not, he probably don't even realize he's doing it. It's just him. It's just him. You know what I'm saying? So maybe that's another reason why you defending Diddy, because y'all are similar in many ways, allegedly. Let me keep going. Let me leave the CUCK stuff alone, because I could go on a rant with that nigga about that. But next up, this is Kanye begging for Kendrick Lamar's attention. Y'all think Kendrick gonna come turn my TV off? What do you got here? Yeah, that's the tweet. Okay, his Twitter's being very entertaining for us, at least these days. Appreciate it. Appreciate the content. Okay, thank you, Kanye. Kendrick was never king. Maybe king of the West Coast, but never king of the world. It was Wayne, me, Jay, Drake, Biggie, Pac, 50, MLL, Run DMC, Nas, Rakim. I definitely agree that at a time these guys all played king of the hip hop throne. And there could have been a couple other that I'm missing here as well. And this is one of those that I just don't over debate. Not as it relates to the fucking lame ass clown Kanye. Because if this is his opinion, that's cool. Like, if we were having a hip hop debate, I could or I could not debate if Kendrick should be on the list or not. Not a big deal. I don't have a personal investment at that. But what I have an issue with a tweet like this is because it's not really about you just having a hip hop conversation. This is just about your hate and your jealousy now towards Kendrick, right? Is there any more Kendrick shit here? Yeah, there were 12 rap kings. That's your list again. Cool. A lot of people immediately stood up and said, all right, whatever. Soldier definitely more important than Kendrick. No problem. Whatever. Your opinions are your opinion. So now you're using Soldier Boy to attack Kendrick. You're using your list of kings to attack Kendrick. Kendrick is never this. All right. Kendrick, a good kid from a mad city. But Lucian went too far with this Kendrick shit last year and this year. Y'all dumbass industry plans ruined the King of the Underground album, blah, blah, blah. Wasn't on Cardi's album. I'm mad about that. Should have put Jay Z, should have put me on the Super Bowl. Yada, yada, yada. So the interpretation for somebody like me continues to be so fucking simple for this clown. That wasn't a tweet about, hey, y'all, kings of hip hop opinion. Let me tweet it. Hey, y'all, Soldier Boy did this. It's not that. The same thing that you was just doing to Drake, you are now doing to Kendrick. Why? Because you, whether you believe it or not, or know it or not, stupid nigga, you're telling yourself that Kendrick's the king. Because when Drake was the king, you was hating on him. He keeps showing how jealous he is. Like, what makes a man wake up one day with Kanye's stature alone, let alone to just say, yo, Soldier Boy did more than Kendrick. What the fuck is wrong with you? It's a pussy nigga and a half, son, I swear. By the way, he was never king, and I was left off the Cardi album. Look, man, just say that. I mean, we interpret. We're not stupid. The Cardi album, the Super Bowl, he's number one now. You keep showing your jealousy. You already admit to being jealous out of your own fucking mouth with Drake. You already admit it. And now because Kendrick is over Drake status-wise in hip-hop, you're now hating on him. Anybody that sits in that throne, you're gonna find a reason to pick at. I can tell. It's just his nature. He's a jealous nigga. And people, please remind yourselves, it doesn't matter how much you have. It doesn't matter how you can have the baddest bitch in your. I got that bad bitch in my. You know how many bad bitches out? It doesn't matter how many bad bitches you own. How many you fucking right now? I don't care if you got the 2027 Maybach and it's a one of one in your driveway. I don't care if you're in 18,000 square feet and your shit looks like Swiss Beats and Alicia Keys' crib. I don't care if you got $1 billion to your name and you're in Forbes or you're the richest black man in America. That does not change that you can still be a jealous nigga. You could still be a jealous nigga. That to me is similar to like what Fab said when he went on his rant about Ray J on a radio station. There's no more you got money and you no. A lame is a lame. Money don't make you unlame. I don't care how successful you are. I don't care how much you have. I don't care about the women, the jewelry, the cars, the cribs. Use a lame ass nigga or use a jealous ass nigga, or you could be both. In Kanye's case, he's both. He's a lame ass nigga. He's a jealous ass nigga. And there's a million other attributes I can say about him. I'm just glad that I don't think that y'all need my Kanye rants the way that I did over like the last couple weeks or months. I don't think y'all need my rants anymore. If you still need my rants, this may not be the podcast for you because he has not just convinced me years ago who he is. At this point, he's convinced the whole world who he is. So now I just want to focus more on the entertainment. I want to keep dropping the jewels about who he is. I want to keep watching his stupid ass and seeing the influence or the impact that he might have in a negative way in the same culture, hip hop culture that my fucking feet are planted into. And that's my angles, right? But I don't need to convince nobody anymore. If you need to be convinced, you might be, I ain't going to say what you might be. Because there could be some super Kanye fans in here at a personal level, not at a music level. If you are a Kanye West fan at a music level, no problem. If he drops an album, I will never be a hypocrite. If he drops an album tomorrow, I'm going to listen to it. Musically, talent-wise, thumbs up. Man, moral, principle, character, how you carry yourself, what type of person you are, clown, piece of shit, self-centered, selfish, jealous, lame, dickhead, pussy. All of that shit applies to him, allegedly, in my opinion. I don't know if I gotta say allegedly for giving an opinion about what type of person somebody is, but freedom of speech is so strong on the internet. But anyway, if Kanye West sues me for calling him a pussy nigga, I'm gonna turn it into the type of money that would definitely pay my attorney's fees. Pussy nigga. Do y'all really want to see the Jay Z shit real quick while we on Kanye? Do we want to do the Jay Z shit? We'll do it briefly. Ye unleashes another vile rant directed at Jay Z. I love Jay Z, and I do feel bad. I always felt like the black sheep, like I wanted a family in the music shit. I'd run on stages thinking I was doing the right thing, and I would always be a slight to Hove not coming to my first wedding, him putting Kendrick on the Super Bowl, there you have it, over me, or even us never being invited to shit, taking jabs about my red hat. You deserve jabs. You got the whole internet jabbed you for that, right? You said your friend John Legend did as well. On Donda, I felt like both him and his wife could have helped me have more leverage with my kids. They could have used their cultural position to not just watch the Kardashians run me over. Shit hurts. So fuck both of them, because when I needed them, it was fuck me. People, was my psychoanalysis of him in that regard not 1000% spot on? I said this a couple streams back. I said his issue is that he's using the public to fight his custody and his situation, even marital, with Kim and his kid shit. And he wants everybody to publicly side with him, and he wants to use the court of public perception, the court of public opinion from powerful voices against Kim and the situation with his kids. And there are boundaries. I got your back. I'm here. Do you need me to show up and pay your bail? Do you need are you about to get jumped? Okay, yes, I got your back. But I'm not getting on some public platform as Jay Z and saying, yo, Kim, you need to give Kanye 50% of custody instead of 30%. I'm not getting into that your home or your kids or your family issues with you and Kim. I'm not getting into that. And that's why he's mad. He wants to use everybody's voices to fight his personal, I want to say fuck ups, but if I'm trying to be a good person, I would just say his personal failures when it comes to how he obviously wants to be a father in his family situation. It's the best way for me to word it. All right. And you want to use everybody else to help you attack that. They don't want to be involved in that. They don't want to. And he just confirmed 1000% that I was spot on with that. Fucking God. I know Jay Z is driving around like, damn, I have to kill Kanye. Jay Z don't want to kill you, man. Stop fucking putting Jay Z in that light. Like, I'm not saying Jay Z's a fucking angel, but just stop. Like, Jay Z gotta kill me now. Like, why do you want to be a martyr so bad too? Like, oh man. I guess that's a good transition to who he's been defending lately and his friend Diddy. Now this is interesting, people. Let's listen to Boosie on this, and we'll break down how we feel.
You think they did Diddy wrong, or you said he did everything that everybody's doing?
Of course, he got a Frico.
But the
you ever heard of a Rico by your damn self?
The 500.
It's a Frico.
500 dildos
I don't give a damn. You're a freak. I don't give a damn if I want my bitch to watch if I want my bitch to get another dick while I watch while money going everywhere, call another dick up, go buy something after that. I don't look at it like it's a crime. Frico, you're just freaky. He did what? Met a girl at the studio and they ran a train. He put dick on and flew out. Is that a crime? Freak. I just was thinking of all the stuff he was charged for. God damn, he freaky. This man, he don't deserve. You don't give him a bond. Who did he fucking, bro? It's a black billionaire, bro. Mm-hmm. Gonna be hard on him. That's why, because he's a successful black man. That's why.
Why nobody?
And they fucking over him.
You said I feel Diddy in jail for basically doing what every other famous
Every other
entertainer's done.
rapper, you gotta understand, and they building this case on Diddy to get all us on the back end. Cause everybody gonna fly out. How you think we gonna see a bitch? You gotta fly out. Every bitch we fly in, every bitch you fly in, you gonna give her something. A little $1,000 before she go home. That is sex trafficking.
Right.
You gotta watch who you fly in. They didn't flip this rule to take all us down, and then nobody sees it. You can't be too freaky now.
Right.
They didn't flip this around to take all us down. Because when Mad Day come, when you flew that bitch out, when she called back and tried to extort you.
Ooh.
Do you think they did Diddy wrong?
Damn,
You said he did everything that everybody's doing.
A lot to kind of break down there. I gotta try to remember all the points that was running through my mind as this motherfucker Boosie with. The first one that some of y'all put in the chat is the Frico. That's my first time hearing it too. Hilarious. The Frico. You got hit with a Frico charge. They on you because you freaky. Now, let's talk about that first. You saw one of my predictions. That's a 50-50 chance Diddy gets off, people, right? It's not charged with the Cassie video. Don't know if there's going to be another superseding indictment with more charges. Could be more witnesses with some stuff that comes about that we just don't know yet. I mean, it's got a lot to fight. Be clear. But at least the overall depiction of what we've been presented thus far is just like the heaviest stuff just seems to be the term that they made us all adopt in the public, which is freak-offs. Freak-offs. If that's going to be the center, I know there's other shit that you're going to be putting on the table, trying to get a conviction on him. But if the center of all of it, the jury has to sit back and say, okay, he's got 1,000 bottles of baby oil. Okay, he wants other people to fuck his girlfriend like Cassie on camera while he sat in the corner jerking off. Okay, he was flying women in and men in as well to join. Like, if they got to look at that to take down Diddy, I don't know. There's got to be a lot more on the criminal side. Laws being broke, this freak off stuff being targeted. A lot of people are going to start to feel like whether I would do that in my own personal home or with my girl or my other guys or whatever, whether I would do that stuff or not, doesn't constitute somebody needing to be in jail for the rest of their life. They're gonna have a lot of people feeling that way. There's already a lot of people feeling that way. I mean, look at Boosie. We just played it, right? Look at Boosie. So then you see people like Kanye coming out saying that, you know, Cassie was trying to extort Diddy. Like, she came to him, asked for some money. It didn't happen. Boom. She went forward. So there's a lot going on there. But the thing about the conspiracy, they're trying to use this to get all of that. I'm not going to go there. But Boosie makes a great point, people. I know he's comedic. I know sometimes he said some very, very controversial stuff. He's gotten himself in trouble before. Like, what was it? Dwayne Wade shit. Remember that? Like, Boosie that's why him and Vlad is like Jordan and Pippen up there, right? You could count on Boosie to give you a fucking soundbite or a title, right? But he made a serious point there. So let's talk about flying people in. I don't need this. Let's talk about getting flued out or getting flued in. First revelation, an honesty moment for me. Men get flown out and flued in too. I've been. Now, wasn't the little hoe trying to get a pair of sneakers and then getting fucked on? I don't want to. Oh, kind of. Yo, on everything. Was it Mexico? I flew out of the country before. Shata knows what story I'm talking about, where my flight was canceled and Shorty's a lawyer and she was just going crazy. I was on like speaker or three-way. I was letting Shata hear the shit, or I was in the airport. I'm gonna fucking make some fucking call. I'm gonna shut that plane down and fuck that. We're gonna get you on. I'm like, oh, there's another flight here. She paid for that. Like, she's like, no, you are me here, nigga. I will never say the name of the woman, but I will say the name of a nigga that know and reference that. Shout out to my man Big O too. Damn, I'm saying too many names. I'm saying too many people. Like, Well, men get flown out and flew out too. All right, I'm just joking with shit like that because I don't want to see you women getting locked up for it either. Let me try to get more serious now. The perception of it is that the woman gets flown out, right? That's a stereotype. Okay, I just proved it. That's a stereotype. All right, men get flown out too. But the perception is mostly guys flying women out. And then the prostitution angle comes in if there's a clear-cut dollar amount, right? Clear-cut dollar amount. So if I DM some girl on IG and it's like, hey, IG, or some industry whore, everybody know Superhead. I'll use Superhead, right? The whole industry knew how she was giving it up. So everybody wanted to go, right? All these rappers that she wrote a book about, right? Everybody wanted their turn. If you DM Superhead, allegedly, or if you call Superhead, allegedly, and she picks up that phone or answers that DM and says, you want me where, when? No problem. That'll be $10,000. I got you, love. It's all good. I think legally they can consider that prostitution. I think they can. Now, you got the indirect shit, which is not prostitution. It's more tricking. And then I guess a byproduct of tricking can be like an unsaid agreement. So what do I mean about the tricking and the unsaid, untold, unestablished, officially gray area agreement? We don't know each other. You just DM me. I probably got a reputation. We're not saying it, but I know what I'm coming for and you know what you flying me out for. So the expectation is I get off that plane, you wine me, you dine me, you put me up, you put me on a nice flight, you put me in a hotel, maybe you send me a car, you might take me shopping, I might get some gifts. That could be the exchange within itself. Some shoes, a bag, maybe some jewelry. You go your way, I go my way, right? So you left with something of value other than just getting fucked on, right? In both directions, right? That is rampant, of course. Now, mind you, flying a woman out, flying a guy out, right? Whichever way, right? The reason why I think Boosie also is making a point there, but he's also like scared, is because a man with money does that. It's very, very common that for a man that has money, not necessarily the tricking part, but the flying you out part. It's very, very common for a man with money. Want to know why? A man that doesn't have money, or woman, let me remove my own stereotypes, or woman that doesn't have money, everybody they fucking on got to be local or in commutable distance. Let's call a spade. All right. If you go to the club tonight and you don't got that much money and you meet somebody and you want to get with them, you know, you ask that question, hey, what's your name? You know, where you from? I'm from there, that state. Where you stay? I stay in that state too. I'm just here for the weekend. Fuck, can't fuck with her or can't fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're leaving in the morning. Like, there's no way for me to get up with you unless you come back out here again, right? Not a man with money. Not a man with money. That's nothing to a man with money. A man with money probably don't even want you living in the same state as him. You know, some of the motherfuckers or women, they'll be like, yo, get away from me because we only, you know what I'm saying? So this is like, yo, your flight, your whole whatever. Yeah, here. It's nothing. It costs nothing to a man with money. So you open up those options to yourself. Like, all these IG models that you see that you might want to get next to, they don't just by chance live in the same neighborhood or the same city as you. They live here, they live there, they live there, they live here, they live here. So it's just like, oh, you happen to live across the country, but I want to get next to you. Okay, I'm flying you out. You know what I'm saying? Now, when you start to mix in the tricking and the other piece of it and the unsaid agreements, that also comes with the whole culture of it, right? And it is a job and a business to a degree. You got millions and thousands of women that are on these back pages and on these grams, and they're posted just simply to promote what they're selling indirectly behind the scenes, right? And a lot of them. There's a lot of people. It's literally a job. It's literally a hustle. You got a lot of these women getting famous off this shit. They're going on fucking podcasts and talk. You got how many of these fucking girls are famous just for fucking somebody? And I don't know nothing else about them. I don't know, nothing else that they've ever did. You have a name or you have some form of notoriety because you fucked this rapper or this celebrity. That's the only place I know you from, right? It's a fucking business. Why you think all these fucking rappers and NFL and basketball players got so many women in common, right? Some of these women just down for it. Pass me around, but pay me. That nigga gave me 10 grand. He said it was a air quotes gift. That nigga gave me 10 grand. This nigga gave me 5 grand. This nigga gave me a bag. That one bought me some heels. That one over there paid my rent. This one over here fell in love. He bought me a crib. This one over here, he can't wait to see me again. I'm playing him distant. That nigga turned around and bought me a car. Like, it's a hustle. It's a job. It's the world. And the Boosies of the world are replicated by the thousands. Niggas with money that just is on their bachelor shit. So I fly a woman out. I happen to chip her off. I might take her shopping. Hey, hold on to this little $1,000, like Boosie just said. And now you arrest me for fucking sex trafficking. I do agree with Boosie. Like, that is a little, I think the separation needs to be somebody that presents themselves 100% as, I'm a prostitute. And I'm not saying that you got to say it. It's more so like, hey, my services or my time cost it or whatever. If it's more of a thing like, you know, we're going to spend a weekend together and I'm just a nigga that spend money and I know you want me to show you a good time or whatever. There's so many of them situations that you just don't deserve to sit in jail for. You know, regardless of whether you tricking or she's hustling. And I know when I said she's hustling, people are going to say, well, prostitution is a hustle, ARP. I'm talking in the gray area a little bit. I hope y'all are getting my point, though, because I think men and women both deserve for there to be a clear difference, because not everybody that flies a man or a woman out should be put in fucking jail for sex trafficking. You shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? If somebody, if I'll just pick, what's the last fucking, got any female members in here? Okay, this is the first female member that I see. Fly Gemini, right? I'm not picking on you, love. All right, don't get uncomfortable. You're just the first member that I see. You DM me. Right, now, let me not do it because I'm gonna fuck around and get in trouble. Somebody in the chat DMs me. Yo, ARP, I want you to come fuck with me for the weekend or whatever. And I'm like, all right, cool. And when I get out there, you take me shopping or whatever. I sound like a fucking bitch, don't I? But I'm just painting the picture. You take me shopping, and then we at dinner, and I happen to say some indirect shit. Like, we eating, I'm just like, you know, me coming out here fucking with you. You know, I left work. You know, I missed like $5,000, you know, from not being home this weekend. But, you know, and you be like, word, I got you. I'm going to cash app you that $5,000 so that you know you don't got to miss out on what you was making at home when you come rock with me. Appreciate you. Shorty don't deserve to go to jail for that. I'm just saying. Shorty don't deserve to go to jail for that, right? Are y'all with me? Are y'all with me? Y'all just laughing? Are y'all just laughing? Or y'all, all right, I got to write it. Y'all just laughing or y'all going to agree or disagree? All right, fuck all the laughing now. Don't make me put the fucking voting poll up. Do y'all agree or disagree? All the women is here laughing. No, I want to agree or disagree, especially for the fucking women, because it's so stereotypical that only the women get flown out. But ladies, do y'all agree or disagree with what I'm saying? Ladies. Fellas agreeing is going to be overlooked. I know all the fellas are going to agree. The stereotype once again. Sean says you're right. I got the first female happens to be a member that I see and agree from Fly Gemini. I appreciate you. Ladies agree or disagree? Hell no, I ain't repeating it. What's the question? I'm not repeating it. Jess says agreed. DMV Doll says agree. Okay. I really didn't give a fuck about whether y'all agreed or disagreed. I really was just using y'all to put y'all up on the screen to make sure I don't get arrested for these statements. But I'm joking. I really cared about your opinions, whether y'all agree or disagree. But at the same time, making sure I don't get arrested. I'm doing both. Oh, so I just fucking you gotta rewind it, love. It's all good. It's all good. We just having a little bit of fun with it. But y'all know I'm wrapping it around some fucking truth, y'all. Come on. Y'all know. I am. Come on, man. What did I do? What did I do? Is that type of Saturday? I'm moving on. Fuck y'all. All right, we got a rest in peace tribute to get to. Much deserving, super deserving. Rest in peace to the late, great, legendary Hall of Famer, one of the best to ever do it, one of the greatest ever. George Foreman. So he passed away, I believe, at the age 70. Was it 76, 70 something? But just to pay a little bit of homage and just remind ourselves of some of his he's got a million crazy moments. We all know his epic fight between him and Muhammad Ali. He lost that fight, and that's where the rope-a-dope was birthed, right? I have that poster of George Foreman versus Muhammad Ali actually in my gym, right? So I'm not just speaking because, George, like, nah, I have this shit in my home. You know what I mean? So George Foreman is to be super respected for what he did as a successful entrepreneur, as well as a super Hall of Fame boxer. This man, George Foreman, he is one of the few, if any, examples of a man that had like two different careers. Like, if you weren't born like in the 80s or the 70s, the George Foreman that you know is this George Foreman here, the bald George Foreman that's kind of like a big heavyweight set guy, right? The George Foreman that fought Muhammad Ali, afro, in shape, muscular, six abs and all this type of shit. And I say that because if you see the difference of the eras that he boxed in, this man kind of had like two careers, right? But before we talk about one of the biggest highlights in boxing history, hence like his second boxing career, let's just show y'all how tough this fucking guy was, man.
This thrilling fight of George Foreman showed how tough he was when he fought against the undefeated Holyfield in 1991. Foreman was 42 and well past his prime, while Holyfield was only 28. Despite taking blow after blow to the head, Foreman's endurance and strength didn't waver. Over his entire career, he has only been knocked out by none other than Muhammad Ali. With an iron chin that strong, Foreman not only lasted all 12 rounds, but even managed to give Holyfield a run for his money. This thrilling fight of George Foreman showed how tough he was when he fought against the undefeated.
The man went 12 with prime 28-year-old Evander Holyfield when he was 42 years old. This is the real LeBron. This is the real LeBron shit right here. What? LeBron ain't doing this at 42. He might, now that I think about it, but incredible. Incredible. But now let's talk about on the winning side of something that, set him out from all of his peers. There's documentaries about this fight here. I remember watching it. Michael Moore was very, very sour about it. He's like, you didn't try to set me up the way you threw the jab and at the end when I finally went down, because George was kind of giving commentary in the documentary. Like, the first one that I came out with a plan and it was just a little bit off and it was meant to drop him in. But the next one, like, and Michael, no, you got lucky. Like, the documentary is beautiful, right? But this moment right here is so fucking legendary.
On April 1994, Moorer defeated Evander Holyfield by decision to wrest the title, which Holyfield had regained from Riddick Bowe in his previous bout. There were talks about Moorer possibly meeting WBC heavyweight champion Lennox Lewis in a match, but Moorer rejected the idea. Moorer finally agreed to face the Foreman, who was defeated by Tommy Morrison in the previous match. Their match was held in November 1994. Moorer tried to play aggressively to pressure the Foreman, dominating and winning some rounds. Foreman's round 10 combination punch to Moorer's face and chin knocked Moorer to the ground, and he was unable to continue the match. On April 1994, Moorer defeated
out. And just to make sure that I get the years right, people, George Foreman's victory over Michael Moorer in 1994 was significant because it made Foreman the oldest heavyweight champion ever at age 45 and the first to regain a world title 20 years after losing it. What? You know how many people, like, they win in their prime and then that's it, you know? Well, unless you're like a Tom Brady or, you know, like quarterbacks are kind of protected by today's NFL rules. You could have a long career as a quarterback. Patrick Mahomes should win more, right? But in boxing, once you're out your prime, like look at Adrian Broner. You know, it's just like once you're out your prime, that's it. You probably fuck around and won't even get licensed to fight in many states. You won't even get sanctioned. And this man, 20 years later, 20 years after being in his prime, came back in his 40s to reclaim the heavyweight title, the most dominant, impactful division in boxing, the heavyweight, the most talked about division, the most selling heavy, the most attractive division in boxing, the heavy, what? Insane. And then outside of the ring, people, congratulations to George Foreman and his family. Not to be forgotten. Some people recognized him from this. I didn't forget. George Foreman reportedly earned over $200 million from the Foreman Grill, including $138 million buyout of his name rights in 1999 and a significant portion of the grill's profits before that. Beautiful. Beautiful, man. Beautiful. You know, you talk about marketing yourself and branding yourself even after what the world met you for, which was boxing. You know, he took his heavy set, I eat a lot type way, whatever. And that Foreman, I had a Foreman grill in my house. You know what I'm saying? I had a Foreman grill, right? A lot of people have Foreman grills. That's how he made so much fucking money over it. You know what I'm saying? Like outside the ring, what he also was able to do for him and his family. That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. So rest in peace to the great George Foreman. He deserves that. I want to do that when we see if we lose, you know, some of our greats and pay homage on the channel like that in some of our streams. Because they earned it, man. They earned it from us. All right. Hope y'all enjoyed today's stream. Should I do a voting poll or should I leave it like that? Should I do a voting poll? Because I would just ask y'all what y'all favorite topic was. Was it the Big U coverage about Bricc Baby and Tsu Surf? And is Bricc Baby and Big U telling? Right? Then we went to Big U / the Boogeyman as a topic. We did Yella, Beezy and Mo3 for a second. We did Diddy. We did Kanye for a second. We did the Boosie breakdown. I feel like I'm even missing a couple things that we covered today, but yeah, I'll leave it alone. I'll leave it alone. I really, really appreciate y'all. This is Q Wall's fault. Fucking outro then.
Don't confuse silence with work ethic. I'm a boss making decisions, my first fetish. The verse cherished is perfect, that's a reverse blemish. I dropped it, connected the block, learn Tetris.
This is the Sorry True Podcast. Welcome to the house of. And shout out to the members.
Without, I think still got a gun.